Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Treya Tarot. This is the collective reading for Thursday, July 18th, 2024. I'm going to pull a few cards today out of the Ethereal Visions Tarot. We did some shadow work in yesterday's video in terms of we pulled from the Darkwood Tarot, which I love so very much. And we pulled about a story of needing to say something, needing to express something. To somebody you care about, taking a calculated risk to free yourself up from your isolation. So I'm going to pull a little today, hoping that I can see how that energy is transitioning now that we've worked with it. I'm going to cut the deck. Okay, let's see what we have. That Magician was the end of yesterday's reading, and it's the beginning of today's. So it tells me that you're through the process, and you'll be creating the actual move today's. So you'll be moving through the energy in a more empowered way, at least today. The Magician, Eight of Swords, Nine of Pentacles tells me that, again, places where you've kept yourself bound or restricted are opening up. Nine of Pentacles is realizing you have all the resources you need. The Magician is about creating the magic. So, bringing the divine into focus, bringing the divine down to earth. The Hermit, that inner light, inner knowledge. The Nine of Cups, contentment, wish fulfillment, and then the Wheel of Fortune. Today is the day you reset the cycle. But you're doing it consciously and intentionally, which is wonderful, and you're doing it based on what you know is true. So there's that authenticity here. That Hermit takes that inner knowledge, takes the light of that star, takes that hope forward, and moves into the Nine, which is that wish fulfillment. I have this very strange feeling that this week ends up with something that we all actually really wanted. And it might have been a hard road, but the end of the cycle brings the freedom. It brings the serenity. It brings the clarity of inner knowledge. It brings all of those things right to your table if you're willing to see them or open up to them or own them. Take ownership of that part of yourself. The Wheel of Fortune, the resetting of the cycle, end of one, beginning of a new one. This is just a natural cycle that we've worked through. And we had to do it. We had to do it to get to the place where we could actually become conscious creators of our own experience, both alone and together, even though we're never really technically alone. We're surrounded by the entirety of everything that is all of the time. So the alone is just a feeling, or it's just a thought. The Fool. There's your new beginning. Taking that leap. The Empress. Beautiful. The Empress for me is that resignation into the feminine, that ability to relax into the more beautiful, softer, happier way of being, happier experiences in life. And the Six of Cups also came up yesterday. The Six of Cups, for me, it's about nostalgia traditionally, but it's also about soulmates. So the Six of Cups brings up the energy of something was planted far in the past that is coming to fruition now, but it can also be a relationship that was begun many, many years ago that's actually coming into being now. So whatever it was that was supposed to have been said yesterday, if I'm talking to you, you've decided and or already made the move to say what you need to say to either the person or community that you're trying to say this to, trying to express yourself to, and it's put you in the place of the Empress. Taking the leap has put you in the place of feeling that fullness of possibility and that readiness to come into the world in a new way. And the Six of Cups is echoing that, because there's an inherent reflection in the Six of Cups. It's that these two children, these two souls, are equal and present together. And nothing's in the way of their connection because they're children. They don't need anything in the way. Nothing has complicated things yet, you know? So this kind of brings you back to that place of uncomplicated connective material, uncomplicated connection to others. And while I didn't expect this week to kind of bring this forward for me, you know, obviously I can only read what the cards say. So I'm going to talk about that, you know. This week I thought was going to bring forward this sort of collective sore spot, right? And instead what it brought forward, both in the cards and in the relationships and people that I'm interacting with, was this sort of empowered step forward, ending of a process, making the different decision, choosing the thing that we think can't happen, but is inevitably the right path forward, which is reconnecting to that self-empowered place where we can choose whatever it is we actually want for ourselves. The Empress is great for that. The Empress is great because she has this sort of beauty about her. So it should feel good. And I know I've been saying this for many readings now, but through this Mars-Uranus conjunction, the assumption is that the changes must feel disruptive, but it feels almost like the disruption is something you've been waiting for. And now that you have it, you feel free. And it's leading you directly to the reflection of who you really are, to people who reflect who you really are in the best possible way. The King of Swords and the Artist. Making this change, if you do it directly, if you make sure to do it decidedly, leads you right to a new creative process. So while this is an end to something, there is an immediate new beginning right after that, and it has to do with how you translate, how you act as this magician. How do you translate your intuitive knowledge? How do you bring your authenticity into the world? How are you representing yourself with the people in your community? Are you telling the truth? Are you being real with everyone, you know? The Temperance card for me, it's a card of Sagittarius. I love Temperance because it's about creating flow. So just like the magician, there's an active component of your presence needed. You have to do this intentionally and actively. But if you do, it creates a whole new level of participation in your experience of life. You'll have a whole new level of input here. So that's awesome. You know, I did not expect this reading to be as positive as it turned out to be, but I'm really happy to see it. I feel like we're all really ready to be on the other side of whatever was the painful process that we've been working on for so long. So I hope everyone has a really good day. I will see you tomorrow for Friday's reading. And just for fun, the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. Time to get ourselves up and out of the past. Well done, everybody. See you tomorrow.